Today, we will learn about wage and salary administration. This is the process of planning, organizing, and controlling the pay that employees receive for the work they do. In simple words, it means deciding how much money workers should get and making sure it is fair and correct. Every company wants to pay its workers the right amount, not too much, not too little. Paying too little can make employees unhappy and leave the job, but paying too much can be bad for the company's budget. So, wage and salary administration helps balance these two things. We will also talk about the principles or rules that guide fair pay and the practices or the steps companies take to manage salaries and wages properly. The companies follow some important principles to make sure their pay system works well. And for that principles we have first is the equity and fairness. It means employees should be paid fairly and equally for the work they do, and there should be no favoritism or unfair differences in pay. There are two types of this principle. First is the internal equity, and second is the external equity. Internal is when people doing the same kind of work in the same company should get similar pay, while in the external, the salary should match what other companies pay for the same job. For example, if two employees are both working as cashiers in the same store, they should receive the same salary unless one has more responsibilities. Also, if other companies pay much more for the same jobs, your workers might leave. Next is the market competitiveness. It means that the company must offer salaries that are competitive with what other companies are offering in the job market. For example, if most companies pay 450 per day for a receptionist, but your company only pays 300 per day, it will be hard to hire good workers, but if you pay well compared to others, you will attract better employees. This principle helps the company attract and keep talented workers. Third is motivation and productivity. It means good pay should motivate employees to work harder and be more productive. When people feel their work is valued, they give their best. For example, if a sales employee knows they will receive a bonus for selling more, they will try harder to increase sales. A reward system helps increase productivity and keeps employees motivated. Fourth is compliance with the law. It means that companies must follow a labor laws when paying wages. This includes minimum wage rules, overtime payment, equal pay for equal work, tax, and social security payments. For example, if the government says that the minimum wage is 450 per day, then the company must pay at least that amount. Paying less is illegal and can lead to fines or punishment. Following the law also helps the company avoid legal problems. Last is flexibility. It means that the wage system should be flexible, meaning the company can adjust salaries based on employee performance, company profit or loss, changes in the economy, and new job roles. For example, if the company is doing very well, it may increase salaries or give bonuses. But if the business is facing losses or it is in recession process, it may pose salary increases. Also, if an employee takes on a new role or more tasks, their salary should be adjusted. Flexibility allows the company to respond to change and stay successful. These principles help companies to create a strong, fair, and smart pay system that benefits both the employer and the employee. A sound wage and salary system means that the company's pay structure is fair, reasonable, legal, and balanced. It ensures employees are paid according to their skills, experience, and the work they do, while also considering the company's ability to pay. A sound system helps to motivate employees, attract and retain skilled workers, avoid conflict and complaints, and follow labor laws. Example, if a company where all customer service agents are paid equally with small bonuses based on their performance and salaries are reviewed every year based on company profit and market rates. This show a sound pay system. It is fair, legal, performance-based, and competitive. And if a company pays unfairly or below market rate, workers would feel unhappy, unmotivated, or leave. This shows an unsound wage system. There are major factors affecting wage and salary administration. Wages and salary administration means deciding how much to pay employees, but many things can affect this decision. First is the job role and responsibilities. This is when the jobs with more duties or risk usually gets higher pay. For example, a nurse earns more than a cleaner because the nurse has more responsibility. Second is skills, experience, and education. People with more skills or education get higher wages. For instance, a trained electrician earns more than someone with no experience. Third is when the company's abilities to pay. If a company earns more money, it can pay higher salaries. For instance, a big tech company may pay more than a small shop. Next to that is the market demand and supply. If a job has few skilled workers, the salary goes up, and if many people can do it, pay may be lower. For instance, a software developer may earn more because their skills are in high demand and it is rare. Next is the government laws. Companies must follow minimum wage and overtime laws. So, as I've said earlier, if the law says 450 per day is the minimum wage, then no one can be paid less than that. Next is the cost of living. In cities where life is more expensive, salaries are usually higher. For example, workers in big cities often earn more to cover housing and transport costs, such as in US, Singapore, Hong Kong, and many more. Besides the main factors like the job type, experience, and company size, there are also additional factors that can influence how much an employee is paid. First to that is the working conditions. If the job has dangerous or uncomfortable conditions, employees may be given extra pay. For example, a construction worker working at high places or in bad weather may receive a hazard allowance. Next is union influence. If employees are part of a labor union, the union can negotiate for better pay and benefits. For example, if a workers in a union may get higher pay increases than non-union workers. Next is company policy. Each company has its own policy. Some companies offer higher salaries to attract top talent, while others focus on more benefits like bonuses or free meals. For example, one company may offer higher basic salary, while another may offer lower salary but with free transportation and meal. Next is geographic location. When you work matter, where you work matters. Salaries can be higher in cities or developed areas and lower in rural or less developed areas. For example, a teacher in a big city may earn more than one in a small town due to cost of living and local demand. Next is economic conditions. In times of economic growth, companies may increase wages. In recessions, salary may stay the same or increase slowly. For example, during the strong economy, companies offer more bonuses and salary hikes. During a crisis like the COVID-19, many salaries were frozen. When companies pay their employees, they can use different methods of payment based on the type of job. Here are the three most common methods. First is time-based payments or wages. It means that employees are paid based on the time they work per hour, day, week, or month. For example, a security guard is paid 150 per hour, and if they work 8 hours a day, they earn 1,200 a day. For example, a security guard is paid 150 per day. So if they work in 15 days, for example, a security guard is paid 500 per day. So if they work in 15 days, they earn 7,500 in 2 weeks. It is best when jobs where where the work is regular and not easy to measure by output like office work or drivers and receptionists. Next method of wages payment is piece rate payment. It means employees are paid based on the number of items or units they produce. For example, a factory worker is paid 10 pesos for each bag they make. So if they make 50 bags, they have 500s. They can earn at least 500s. It is best for jobs where the work is easy to count like manufacturing or packaging. Third is performance-based or incentive payment. It means that employees are paid based on their performance or result, often through bonuses or commissions. Like a salesperson earns 5% commission on every sale, and if they sell at least 10 items, they have at least a 50% of that 50 pesos or 500 pesos of that counted product in addition to their original salary or wages. It is best for jobs where high performance or sales are important like marketing or sales agents. But there are advantages and disadvantages of time rate and piece rates. These are called merits and demerits of time rate and piece rate. In time rate payment, these are the pay based on hours or days work. The advantages of these or demerits are stable income or employees get a fixed wage so they know how much they will earn, and easy to manage, simple to calculate and understand, good for quality work. Workers focus on doing the job well without rushing. For example, a security guard, as I've stated earlier, if they earn at least 500 per day, so they know that what they will be their income for the next week or for the month, for the end of the month. And the disadvantages of this or the demerits is it is less in motivation. Workers may not work faster or harder since pay doesn't depend on output. Next is inefficient use of time. Some employees may waste time because they get paid the same. About the piece rate payments, this is when pay based on the number of items produced. The merits or advantages of this is it encourages high productivity. Workers try to produce more to earn more. And it is easy to link pay with work done. Fair pay for the amount of work completed. Example, if a tailor pays for every output that she made, then she will be motivated to produce more to earn more of that product. But the demerits or the disadvantages of this is that it may reduce quality. Workers may rush and produce poor quality items. And income can be unstable. If work slows down, then the income drops. And it is not suitable for all jobs. It is hard to use in jobs where output cannot be measured easily. Wage determination means deciding how much to pay employees. This happens in three main steps. First is job evaluation. This means analyzing the jobs to understand its value, skills needed, and responsibilities. For example, if a company studies the job of an accountant to see how hard it is and what skills are needed before deciding the pay. Next is salary survey. This means checking what other companies pay for the same or similar jobs. An example of this is a business asks nearby companies how much they pay their salespeople to make sure their offer is competitive. Next is wage fixation. This means setting the final salary or wage based on job evaluation and market survey, also considering the company's ability to pay. For example, after studying the job and the market rates, a company decides to pay its customer service agents 500 or 1,000 per day. Wage and salary administration is very important for every organization. It helps decide how much to pay employees fairly and properly. Good pay systems follow important principles like fairness, market competitiveness, motivation, and legal rules. Many factors of wages such as the job's nature, skills, company ability to pay, market demand, and laws. There are different methods of payment like paying for time work or for the number of items made, which is its own advantages and disadvantages. And we also discussed the process of deciding wages. It involves evaluating the jobs, checking market rates, and then fixing the pay. A well-known wage system helps companies attract, motivate, and keep good employees while keeping costs reasonable. It also supports fairness and legal compliance. In short, Paying employees well is key to the business success and worker satisfaction.